Hey everyone and welcome back to Frontend Pathshala. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to fetch data from an API and display it inside a table. Our table will have 4 columns: ID, name, username and email. And at the top right corner, we'll add a search box that lets you quickly find users by typing their name, username or email. For styling, we will be using Material UI to make the table look nice and clean. So without any further delay, let's jump right in and get started. Open Visual Studio Code, go to New Terminal and type the command npx create react app user-table. Once the project is created, navigate to the folder cd user table and start the development server npm start. Our app is running fine. Next, let's clean up the code we don't need. Then inside source folder, create a new folder called components and inside it create a file called user.js. In user.js file, type RFC to generate functional component quickly. For now, just give hello text to check if it renders. Then go to app.js file and import the user component so that it displays on the page. Now, let's work on fetching some data from an API. We'll use JSON placeholder, which is a free fake REST API. We'll take this and copy the URL. First, let's create a state variable to store the data. Const users set users is equals to useState. Pass an empty array. Then use useEffect to fetch the users when the component loads. So useEffect arrow function and empty dependency array. This runs only once when the component loads. Let's call fetch and paste the URL which we had copied. Then response.json. This converts the response to JSON. Then data set users and pass data. This will update the user state with the fetched data. Catch error. If there is an error, we log it into the console. Console.error will give error fetching users and the variable error. So now we have data from the API ready to use. To display the data in a table, let's first create a basic HTML table. Inside it, we will add thead and tbody. Inside the thead, add a tr tag. We will display 4 columns, so inside td tag, we will add ID, name, username and email. Next, we will iterate over the user data using the map function. So, users.map user arrow function tr and inside that we'll give key is equals to within curly braces user.id and inside td within curly braces we'll give user.id user.name user.username user.email. Let's check in the browser. You will see the data is displayed but the UI doesn't look good at all. So let's improve it with Material UI. Head over to Material UI's website, click Get Started. Copy the installation command. In VS Code, open a new terminal, navigate to Project folder and paste the command. I'll comment out the basic table we created earlier. We will start by using table container from Material UI, which will wrap everything. We need to import it on the top. Inside it, add table. Then inside table, let's add table head and table body. Within table head, we will give table row, then table cell. In table cell, we'll give ID, name, username, and email. Refresh the browser. Now you will see Material UI table. Next, in the table body, use map function again to render the rows dynamically. Table row, key is equals to within curly braces user.id, and within table cell will give user.id, user.name, user.username, and user.email. Let's check in the browser. Perfect, the data is showing. Next, let's add some styling. Add a heading above the table using typography. Text as user list and give variant is equals to H5. Let's add some padding to the page. I'll just delete this code and in the div tag give style is equals to padding 20px. We will give the table header a background color. So let's add sx is equals to within double curly braces background color as FFD B58. It's yellow color. Give gutter bottom in typography for some spacing below the heading. Let's add a border to the table by using component is equals to paper to table container. And we can even add elevation is equals to 3 for some shadow effect. Now our table looks clean. Next, let's add a search box at the top so that you can easily filter the table by typing name, username or email. Back in our code, just above the table container, let's add a box component. Inside that, we will place a text field. Let's check in the browser. We can see the input field. Let's style it a bit. Add label is equals to search by name, username, email. Set variant is equals to outlined and size is equals to small for compact look. Right now the search box is on the left. Let's move it to the right by adding display is equals to flex and justify content is equals to flex end. Perfect. Now it's aligned to the right. Let's also add margin bottom is equals to 2. So there's some space between the search box and the table. If you type something in the search box, it should filter the table. Now let's make the search box work. Create a new state. Const search set search is equals to use state. Pass empty string. Inside the text field, add value is equals to search. OnChange is equals to event. Add a function. Call the set search function and e.target.value. This means whatever we type in the box will update the search state. To verify it's working, we can temporarily add p tag and inside that we can give the search. Let's check in the browser. Yes, we are getting the live value as we type. Now let's filter the data based on this value. Currently we are using this users.map function and now we'll change filter function before map to get the data. Users.filter user, add a function. Return search.toLowercase function. Check if the search box is empty, so triple equals to empty string. If this condition is true, all users will be shown. Or user.name.toLowercase function dot includes search. This checks if it contains the name. Or user.username.toLowercase function dot includes search. Same logic but checks username. Or user.email.toLowercase function dot includes search. This checks email address. Let's check in the browser. The filter is working, but there's one issue. If we type with capital letters, it doesn't return results because right now we are calling search.toLowercase only once. Let's fix that by creating a search term variable. Const search term is equals to search.toLowercase function and then replace all the search with search term. This makes the search completely case insensitive. Let's check in the browser and try typing again. Now it works perfectly with uppercase or lowercase letters. And that's it. We just learned how to fetch data from an API, display it in a table, and add a live search filter. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel.